Saw. When two men are chained in a room by the serial killer Jigsaw, it's a race against time to either lose a limb or die.
Your aim in this game is to kill Adam.
Saw follows elaborate puzzles and a police hunt as our heroes get closer to freedom and the killer's true identity. By adding an appropriate punishment to each victim's trap, the film set up an intriguing concept.
I woke up. All I could taste was blood and metal.
Many critics, however, deemed the movie far too confusing and considered the acting borderline comedic. Roger Ebert even called the film, quote, of a lower order for hiding its murderer. However, with intriguing storytelling that set up multiple sequels, the original Saw still holds up today and has actually become a cult classic.
Hello, Mark, Paul, Amanda, Zep, Adam, Dr. Gordon. I want to play a game.
Number 9. Peeping Tom. In the voyeuristic terror of Peeping Tom, a cameraman films women's fears as he kills them.
Raise your head and look at the sea, please.
The flick's brilliant point-of-view murder sequences and cinematography made it a template for the slasher genre. However, most of the film press in 1960 deemed the film overtly sexual and far too violent. One of the earliest victims was a popular star at the time, which some saw as tasteless. Director Michael Powell was revered before the movie, but he faced an uphill battle working in the industry after it. Though its sympathetic view of a killer was controversial at the time, Powell eventually saw his biggest critics praise Peeping Tom.
Look at me, Mark.
Not if you're frightened.
Look at me. What did you do to those girls?
Number 8. Predator. An undercover search and rescue mission turns deadly after an alien starts hunting down mercenaries. As the world's best soldiers realize they're out of their league, Predator transforms from high-octane action into cerebral horror.
Did you find Hawkins?
I can't tell.
While this genre mashup is fun and subversive, contemporary reviews describe the film as dull and derivative.
It's all bullshit! All of it!
Several writers also took issue with the film's masculine energy, though the special effects were widely loved. Complaints about the movie's empty story have also improved over the years, and it's now seen as atmospheric. The amazing character design and exciting filmmaking have helped Predator age quite gracefully, and it's now considered an action classic.
Those eyes there, they disappeared.
Number 7. Halloween. Escaped lunatic Michael Myers returns to his hometown in time for Halloween and starts killing people across the neighborhood. Halloween focuses on a small story, while letting its innovative camera work and haunting score shine through. Though it's considered to be a highly influential film now, critics initially cited it for ripping off countless films. Some reviewers actually disliked its point-of-view perspective and called the movie childish. Public opinion did start to favor the film, however, and called its kills disturbing, but not overtly violent. Halloween's quick cult status not only produced sequels and remakes, but also, most notably, kickstarted Jamie Lee Curtis's career. Number 6. Friday the 13th.
The counselors weren't paying any attention. They were making love while that young boy drowned. His name was Jason.
Few names are as well known in horror as Jason Voorhees, but when Friday the 13th came out, the film was considered mindless. The slasher film sees a group of camp counselors slowly killed off by a mysterious murderer. The press deemed the movie a meritless cash-in at the time, and violent to the point of eliciting disgust. Gene Siskel infamously gave the film no stars and encouraged his fans to send hate mail to Paramount's parent company, Gulf and Western.
Kill her, Mommy. Kill her.
The movie's clever use of perspective, a chilling score, and believable acting, however, helped Friday the 13th last and build one of terror's biggest franchises.
Sandra.
Number 5. The Exorcist. This film sees a little girl being possessed, forcing her mother and some priests to try everything to save her. Though The Exorcist is generally regarded as one of the best horror films of all time, it had plenty of haters when it was released.
Who are you?
The intense violence and language of the movie bothered reviewers at the time, who went so far as to call the film evil in some cases. Along with digs calling the film vile or too occult, critics also claimed it was worse than the book. While The Exorcist was too ahead of its time for the press, its public popularity helped slowly turn opinions throughout the years.
Damien!
Amen.
God! Defender of the human race!
Number 4. Alien. After answering a distress call from a foreign planet, the crew of the Nostromo is hunted down by a horrific monster in Alien.
Dallas?
This premise did not work for everyone, as the film gained negative attention for being creatively bankrupt. Though Roger Ebert eventually came around on the movie, he initially said it was just a haunted house film in space. Several writers even highlighted its amazing production as a way to hide its lack of substance. Alien is now widely praised for its minimalist horror thanks to Ridley Scott's direction and a creature design scary enough to survive its sequels. Number 3. The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing set a benchmark for special effects in movies, and its moody filmmaking has been ripped off again and again. The story of a shape-shifting alien on an Antarctic research base, however, wasn't received very well by anyone at the time. Between disappointed comparisons to the 1951 original and distaste for the depressing tone, the film even suffered commercially upon release.
Clear! Clear.
While the monster effects are now seen as creepy and realistic, critics called it overproduced and unbelievable at first. Though it was disliked enough to change Carpenter's career trajectory, The Thing has inspired filmmakers and fans alike.
We're not getting out of here alive. But neither's that thing.
Number 2. Psycho. Whether it's the shower scene, the acting, or the music, Psycho has stuck with audiences through the years.
Well, a boy's best friend is his mother.
The film follows visitors to the Bates Motel that end up dead after meeting Norman. For 1960, however, the movie was just too gory for critics. Time called the movie gruesome and nauseating, and considered the shower scene eerily graphic. Legendary film reviewer C.A. Lejeune famously walked out before the movie's ending, and resigned following her review. Time later admitted its detractions were many of the movie's strengths. Once considered a blot on Alfred Hitchcock's career, Psycho is now one of his most loved features.
And they'll say, why, she wouldn't even harm a fly.
Number 1. The Shining. This is the story of the Torrance family's stay as winter caretakers of the Overlook Hotel, only to be driven crazy by its tormented spirits.
Come and play with us, Daddy.
Stanley Kubrick transformed Stephen King's novel into a brooding and atmospheric tale of murder.
Red Rock.
This pacing, however, led many critics to call the film pointless, with others calling Jack Nicholson's acting parody material.
Here's Johnny!
King himself has repeatedly hated on Kubrick's version, and even made his own film adaptation. It also notably received no Oscar or Golden Globe nominations and nearly won a Razzie Award. Over time, however, The Shining has become a go-to for horror fans because of its slow and unsettling energy.
Annie's not here, Mrs. Torrance.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.